Seriously? Hey guys, and welcome to this very special showcase video with myself, 6+ Stevo. What you're seeing on the screen right now is my recently converted and painted Big Mech in Mega Armour, sporting all the Dakar like any good Bad Moon should. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with how he came out actually, very pleased actually, and hence why I'm showing him off to you now on the screen in these pictures. But as I said at the beginning of this video, this is a rather special showcase video, because rather than just showcasing you what I've been working on, I thought it would make a nice change of pace to share with you guys what the 40k Ork community have been sharing. Now, for those of you that don't know, the 40k Ork community is a Facebook group run by myself and some other well-known Ork YouTubers who I'm sure you may have heard of. And it's a group basically for anyone that has a love for the greenskins. And you can pretty much share what you like on the group, whether that be videos, pictures of your painting progress, conversion progress. You can talk about tactics, you can get tips, you know, anything basically. If it's Orky, we'll allow it. And yeah, the group is doing very well, and it's a growing community with some really cool guys in there who are just sharing some awesome work. And I thought, what an amazing opportunity to get some of these guys to provide some pictures of what they were working on and share it with you guys, just so I can show you what cool creativity we have going on within this group. And yeah, without further ado, let's kick things off. So I posted in the group a post quite a while back saying, okay, you gits, it's time to share your Warlord conversions. This includes War Bosses, Big Mechs and Weirdboys, basically any HQ choice. Share your pics in the comments below. These will feature in an upcoming video on my channel, so don't share if you don't want them shown. The idea of this is to give you guys a chance to show off your creations on YouTube and to inspire others to get converting. And yeah, so that's what this is for basically. And wow, what a huge overwhelming response I got. So many pictures of progress and stuff and conversions sent to me that I don't think I've got all of them here. I tried to get as many as I could to squeeze into this video. But yeah, so if you did share within this bit and yours isn't shown, I do apologise, but perhaps you will be shown in a future upcoming video when we do more of the same. Because I'd like to make this sort of maybe a regular thing, from, you know, combine the Ork community from Facebook with the YouTube channel and give all the members of that group a chance to share what they've been working on. But without further ado, let's take a look at the first entry. And this is an awesome one. I really like this. It is a Painboy on bike. The good old classic that was cruelly ripped from us by the Codex and taken away from us from when we could use them in the index rules. But yeah, let's not get into that. But yes, a Painboy on bike. And this was sent in by Trask Wilkinson. Sorry if I'm butchering your name there, buddy. And he does comment on it that it's not an HQ technically. True, but I will allow it because it's very cool. I think you can see some of the parts you've used. I can see the head from the Knobs kit there, the exhaust mouth, one of my favourite heads. He's got the syringe there, which it looks like it's been converted from a stick bomb. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, looks really cool, Trask. Good job. This next one is a Gazgol conversion, and this is sent in by Clay Wescombe Down. Very cool. It looks like he's used the Ork Brute there, but quite heavily modified this actually. And although it's very different from GW's Gazgol miniature, using very few of the parts from that actual miniature by the look of it, it's really cool. And at a glance you can look at it and it does scream Gazgol. So a really good job there in making your own, but also making it look like an update to GW's existing miniature, which I think shows the talent on display there. Yeah, just very imposing war boss. Looks really, really cool. Clay, good job, buddy. We've got another one from Trask Wilkinson, which is his war boss in mega armor. And oh boy, this thing is impressive. Whew, look at the dacker that thing's sporting. He's even got his little grot assistant up there on the binoculars looking out for gitz to shoot. Yeah, great paint job. All sorts of parts used on this. He looks about the size of a Death Dread. Oh, yeah, he's got to be about the size of a Death Dread. I mean, looking at the grots there to scale, I would say a war boss would, a normal boy would come up to this thing's waist. So yeah, this thing is big, and the banner and everything just adds even more imposing height on it. Very, very cool work there, Trask. What have we got next? We've got this one by Kyle Reiki. Now, Kyle Reiki is a master with a 3D printer, and virtually his entire army, if not actually possibly maybe it is his entire army, is 3D printed. And this guy creates all his own stuff, and it is quite simply stunning, as you can see from this picture. And this is Gear Guts de Gorger with his attack squig, and I mean, just wow. Scale creep is serious love of Kyle Reiki's, because he likes to make things big, and biggest is best, as they say. So yeah, this I don't really need to say much, do I? You guys can see the picture. Wow, this thing is insanely impressive. Next up, we've got one here from Matthew Thornton. He says, still working on this big lad. And yeah, I can see, buddy, that a lot of work is going into this. It looks like a Blood Axe War Boss. It just got that Blood Axe vibe. I don't know if it is, but he screams Blood Axe to me with that sort of captain's hat on. The power claw and everything looks really impressive. The pose looks awesome. He looks like he's commanding his troops out there in battle, and yeah, just very impressive. Looks like there's all sorts of different bits used there, possibly a bit of sculpting. I can see a bit of green stuff work going on. Yeah, very cool work there, buddy. He is going to be insanely impressive when he's finished. Next up, we've got one here from, I'm going to try and pronounce this name, Kirill Sergeyevich Rodionov. I think I've got that right. And this is a work in progress big mech named Tank Slammer, and yeah, he looks very cool. I'm particularly liking the work on the custom force field that looks like it's still in progress, but he's almost in sort of a star shape, and it almost looks like you've used just bits of sprue for that or something. But very creative, very inventive, great for someone who's on like a budget and trying to create these things. And the great things is with orcs that you can build things out of literally bits of scrap, bits of sprue that you're going to throw away. Like I said, I don't know, I can't see from where I'm looking at right now on the picture that close up where the bits have come from, but he's looking very cool, and it's very creative. And I think this is an important point as well. Sometimes conversions aren't just there for people to, you know, get creative and create something new. Well, they are there for that, but also you can convert to save money. And sometimes you're converting out of necessity because you can't afford the bits you want. So you have to convert and make your own out of what you've got. But actually, sometimes being forced into it like that can produce some incredibly creative results. And there's just one example of that right there. Next up, we've got another difficult name to pronounce. Sorry, guys, if I'm getting your names wrong. We've got Wojciech Legos. I think I got that completely wrong. So I'm not even going to say I think I got that right, because I don't think I did. First up here, we've got a War Boss in Mega Armour. And here you go. Here's a perfect example of that. Used with all kinds of bits here. Looks like bits of the boy's body. We've got a claw there made from I don't even know what. We've got some bionics and things, and you can see that, you know, possibly this has been done because he didn't want to spend the money out on getting some mega armored bosses or a Gazgul to convert. So he's done something very different here, and it looks very cool. He's also sent in this Weirdboy, and this is a great use for the Runt Herd. The Runt Herd is a really, really good miniature to convert into a Weirdboy, because you get one with every 10 grots you buy. And let's face it, if you've got a lot of grots in your army, you're also going to have a lot of Runt Herd miniatures knocking about, probably still on the sprue because you've got no use for that many Runt Herds. Well, here's a great use for them, to convert them into Weirdboys. And I love the way he's used the Orc skull there for the face, and a bit of a banner top there from like I think that's from the Boys set, and just decorated it with skulls and stuff. Now, anyone looking at that just screams Weirdboy, and such a simple, easy, and very affordable conversion to do. So there's a great tip for you guys out there. Use your Runt Herds to create Weirdboys. Next up here, we've got one from Lugnut's Mech Shop, and this is his War Boss with the Killer Claw, if you didn't already notice that from the picture. I'll scroll to his next picture here to see him from a better angle, but yeah, just wow. Yeah, this he's big, and that claw is massive. I think that claw has come from a defiler, and what a great idea, because the Killer Claw is spoken about in the lore as being, you know, just a ridiculously oversized power claw that is so much more powerful than the regular kind. And he's definitely represented that on this miniature. You're looking at it, it's amazing how the War Boss can even lift that claw. It is just to the point of ridiculousness, but just within the limits of, yeah, I can buy that. I'll go with that. It's, I think any bigger, and I would have said, oh, just too much. But I think he's just reached the absolute limit of where you can go with the size of a claw, and not made it look crap. He's awesome looking. A stunning paint job as well. And yeah, just really, really nice work there, Lugnuts. Really nice work. I'm sure you'll all agree. What have we got next? Next up, we have this Wazdaka Gutsmech. This was sent in by Alan Longmore. Classic character, and from what I can see, looks like has been created with a lot of classic parts. And I think there's a lot of scratch building going on this one as well. And he looks very, very cool indeed. Yeah, really, really nice job there, buddy. Obviously, GW don't make a miniature for Wazdaka Gutsmech. Currently, they don't even have the rules for him. But yeah, you could just run this guy as a War Boss on bike, or do some homebrew rules or something. Or if you're playing older editions, then just play with this guy. But yeah, he looks really, really cool. I love all the little grots hanging on the back there, working away, doing God knows what. He's got a decent looking claw there, and a very impressive cannon out the front there. Yeah, very, very cool. Good old Wazdaka, a classic character there, and a really good conversion to represent him. Alan, I really, really like that, mate. Top work. And next up, we have another one from Alan Longmore. This is a War Boss in Mega Armour, and yeah, really, really cool. A lot of scratch building going on here as well. I recognise the head from the Black Reach Ork War Boss. The rest of it, though, the armour itself, I think there's a lot of plasticard work going on here, and it just looks really cool. It looks like he's looted a dreadnought, a Space Marine dreadnought, for his mega armor. And the more I'm looking at it now, the more I'm recognizing parts. I recognize the War Boss's big shooter there, and I recognize an armor panel protecting his groin that looks like it comes from the truck or the battle wagon. We've got the stick bottom launchers on there as well. But yeah, it's the armor itself, that dreadnought armor, that is really impressing me. Now, I don't know if that's been created with dreadnought armor or it's just been scratch built and made to look like that, but However he's done this, it looks really, really cool. Such a shame we don't have rules for war bosses in Mega Armour anymore, at least outside of Legends. But anyway, I digress. On to the next conversion. We've got a mech here from Jim Glenn. This, again, a great cost-saving, money-saving one here. We've used the body from a boy. We've got the head from a knob. We've got an old-school knobs custom shooter there, which I really like. And we've got the custom force field on the back. And he's used a lot of wires here. I don't know exactly what he's used, whether that's guitar string or like actual electrical wires. Going in, you know, he's got the handle there operating the custom force field, which is a really nice touch. Yeah, very, very, very cool big mech there, buddy. I like that a lot. Thank you, Jim. Another Jim now, Jim Whitehead. He's got a War Boss on Death Killer War Trike, and I really, really like this. You can see instantly that this is a Death Killer War Trike, but it's his own created one, and I just think it looks awesome. Really cool paint job on it. He's used the War Boss from the Black Reach set there, and we've got a boy driving the bike, firing off the shotgun, and the pose of it, he's mirrored GW's one really well there actually, but created it using most probably parts he's got lying about in his bits box. And what a cool way to get a Death Killer War Trike, and one that doesn't look like everyone else's, which I think is really important actually, and really marks it out on the tabletop as something quite special. And yeah, it's just really nice. Good work, Jim. Next up, we have an entry from Zachary Paul Stewart, and he says, this is what I run as a big mech in Mega Armour with KFF. And we've got another looted dreadnought here, and yeah, this is really, really cool. And what a perfect thing for a big mech or a war boss to loot to represent Mega Armour. Really nice, lots of additions on there. I love the sort of debris on the terrain on the base as well. It really adds to it and adds to the height of the miniature. Yeah, just very, very cool. I can see all sorts of parts on there. Looks like a Tau drone on the side. We've got the skull mask from the Death Dread kit. Yeah, very, very cool. Nice work there, Zachary. Let's have a look what else we've got. Next up, we've got another Weirdboy Runt Herd conversion. This one comes from Nathan Lawrence, and I just have to say, first of all, what a beautiful paint job you have done on this. I love the glowing effects on the eyes and things. It looks very, very cool. There's yeah, it's a standard that I don't think I could achieve. I love the orc skin. The colours are beautiful, and yeah, just again, a fairly simple conversion. It's pretty much just a head swap and a few little additions on there, but how effective does that look? That is an awesome looking Weirdboy. Such an easy one to do as well, but yeah, that paint job, very impressive. Next up, we have an entry from Sebastian Salvanish, who says, this is my stand-in Grot War Boss with Power Claw and Combi Rocket. Used Ambot legs, battle wagon gun for the torso, Grot from the Storm Boys kit, with arms from the Dakar Jet Gunner. The arms for his mech are from the Killer Can kit. So a real hodgepodge of parts here, and has created the awesome Grot War Boss, who, this is a great way, guys, if you want to do a Grot army. It would be great if we did actually have some kind of Grot HQ choice to represent things like the Red Gobbo, for example. But this is a cool way to do it. Use the rules for like a big mech in Mega Armour or a War Boss in Mega Armour, and go down that route and have your Grot riding into battle in his like beefed up power suit. And yeah, this is very cool. Grot looks like he's having a whale of a time. He's going to wreak vengeance on all the boys that have given him a hard time, and God help them. But yeah, good stuff, buddy. Next up here, we've got another War Boss. This is from Graham Welsh, who says, lightly converted as is my way. But yeah, conversions don't always have to be, you know, they don't always have to be sculpted from clay and green stuff. You don't have to have loads of plastic eye. You don't have to have, be a master at it. It can just be some simple, sort of head swaps and chopping a few bits off here and replacing bits with something else. It doesn't have to be anything too extravagant. I find sometimes just some of the simple conversions can just really add a bit of personality to a miniature. And this is a great looking war boss. Very cool indeed. Looks like he's had some fun trying to squeeze everything onto the base there. The ammo runt is actually so excited he's legging it off the base itself. But yeah, that is very cool. Very cool indeed, buddy. Next off here, we've got one from Bennett Shakowski. And a very cool looking war boss. I love what you've done on the base there, buddy, where he's on the turret of Liman Russ, I think. So he's already cheering from over his spoils of war there. I recognise the claw from either the Death Dread or the can kit. But there is a lot going on in this miniature. There is a lot going on. And looks like there's a lot going on in the background. Looks like you're a busy guy, buddy. With lots of conversions and things. Projects in the works, which I'm sure a lot of us can relate to. Really nice stuff. Here we've got one from Matthew Thornton, who's got a picture here of War Boss and boys. So not only has he shared his War Boss, but he's got all the crew there with him. And these look like some members of the Dirty Dozen or something. So I'm thinking these are commandos, or at least blood axes. And yeah, very, very cool indeed. I love the pose of the one on the end there, shooting out the pistol. Very heroic pose there. And the commander with the finger of doom pointing out there. Yeah, awesome, awesome job, buddy. I really, really like that. He's also sent in this one, which I had to share because it's just an awesome looking Bad Moon Boy. This is a Mech Boy, so not technically an HQ choice, I know, but it's a Bad Moon, so I'll allow it. The paint job's beautiful. The conversion's lovely. I love the use of the fantasy orc head. I use a few of those myself because I love the sort of moon-shaped hat. But he's got one extra there and stuck a bionic eye or a targeter over there, which I really, really like. And yeah, that's just an awesome, awesome conversion. There's been a bit of conversion work there on the weapon as well. I really, really like that. Good stuff. Very nice work, buddy. And we've still got a load more to go. We're only about halfway through here, can you believe? Like I said, I had so many sent to me. Okay, we've got here from Sean Hope, who I know is a huge Nazdreg fan. And he's got Nazdreg here, complete with a load of conversions that he's done. And so we're looking at some really old school miniatures here. And these look like almost like they're Gene Stealer cult infested orcs, because I'm sure that is a really old Tyranid head on one of those knobs there, or war bosses, or whatever it is. But these it's just a great nostalgic trip down memory lane here, and thanks for sharing those, Sean. We've got one here from William Curtis Coombs, who has shared his big mech with souped up shock attack gun. And yeah, this thing really is souped up. The conversion work is beautiful. I love all the kit bashing and stuff that's gone on here. And yeah, this really does look like a souped up version of the shock attack gun. I absolutely love it. I recognise what I think is parts from the Looter's kit. But again, it's a busy miniature with so much going on there. But it's awesome. Really, really cool. I love it. Absolutely love it. There would be no mistaking this on the table for being a souped up shock attack gun over the regular kind. And he continues with some more impressive conversions. We've also got a Weirdboy here. Looks like one of these savage orcs has been used for this, and he's used some terrain really cleverly there to add some height to it. And then he's gone even further with a Weirdboy bomb rider, which I absolutely love. What an awesome idea, using one of the boom bombs from the Blitzer bomber And yeah, that Weirdboy is having the time of his life. That's it's just so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. Such a characterful miniature, and represents the crazy nature of orcs. It's superb. And he carries on with even more. Another one here from William, his war boss, and geez, this guy is hench. Look at the muscles on this guy, and look at the size of him compared to that Space Marine commander, that little puny Umi, barely coming up to his waist there. Yeah, just what a really cool. I recognise the head from the sort of banner top. I think that's from, is it from Gazgol's banner or the Black Orc banner? I've seen it used a few times, but it's used to great effect there. I don't know where this orc body comes from. I don't know what it's converted from. Every time I look at it, I keep changing my mind because I think I recognise something and then I think it's from something else. So, but regardless of how you've done it, buddy, the War Boss looks impressive as hell. Next up here, we've got one from Paul Fowler Stoneman, and this is his Bad Moons War Boss. Really, really vibrant yellows there. Really nice. He's obviously a Bad Moon with his shiny, blingy yellow armour. But he's just again, a really nice one where he's gone into that extra effort with the base. And I think basing is a part of it that a lot of people neglect, but actually you can really add a lot of character and a lot of sort of themes to your army through the bases. And he's gone above and beyond here. A little bit of he's sort of behind a barricade there, shooting out his dagger, his squigs leaping over the barricade. Very, very cool indeed. Nice work, buddy. Next up here, we've got an Age of Sigmar War Boss that's been converted. And this is from Wyatt Woo. I'm just going to call you Wyatt, buddy. And this is his Mega Armour War Boss. And yeah, and yet again, a simple conversion, but quite an impressive one. He's used a Power Fist there from, I believe, a Dreadnought. I may be wrong on that. He's added some big spikes on it, so that's a really impressive looking Power Claw. And then he's mounted the gun on the other side. We've got some boss poles on him. And yeah, just looks very, very cool. Very cool. Next up, we've got a big mech with KFF. And here's another good use of a runt herd. Using mostly runt herd parts, actually. I can see the boy's arm there with the stick bomb. And the head, I think, either comes from the Battle Wagon kit or the jet kit. I don't know which one that is, but yeah, very cool. He's used parts of the runt herd's prodders to make the KFF. So yet again, another great way to create an HQ choice from some bits that you've got lying around and save yourself some serious money. And I don't think it would take much effort either. Also sent in from Wyatt is this weird knob who is really creepy looking, actually. I don't know what it is about him. He's just really creepy looking, and he's definitely weird. So yeah, I don't know what it is about him. He's just got a creepy pose and a funny sort of shaped body, but in a good way. You want the guy to look weird. It's in the name after all. So yeah, it's just very cool, very weird. Also sent in by Wyatt is this Snakebites War Boss, who I believe has been made mostly using parts from Blood Bowl. I think, anyway. Or is there some Chaos stuff going in there? I don't know, but whatever it's used looks really cool. The attack squig there has been made using the Squig Hound from the Runt Herd set. So yet again, the Runt Herd is providing a lot of parts for conversions. But yeah, really good conversion there, buddy. I like it a lot. It looks very snakebitey as well. Representing the old ways are the best. Next up, we have from Roshan Pereira, who says, got a few I could share, though not the greatest quality in photos. Don't worry, buddy. That's fine. It says, my mega armoured war boss, the freebooter king, Gorka Mongo. And you can see here he's put him next to a Chaos Hellbrute just for size comparison, so we can see the size. And you can see how he's used one of those as well, because he's still striking the same pose, but has just taken it that step further. Geez, every sniper on the battlefield is going to be aiming for this guy because he looks incredibly threatening. And that boss pole is very impressive and very typical of a freebooter to go so ostentatious and so over the top. But yeah, wow, really good work there, buddy. I like it a lot. I really, really do. Next up, we have one here from Chuck Bell. Still a work in progress, but the basic build on a big mech with KFF. And that is using the the Killbot, the Ambot thing from Necromunda, I believe, who I know a lot of people have picked up to convert into Ork War Bosses and big mechs, and you can see why. It screams Orky. With just a little bit of modification and conversion, you can turn this into quite a cool looking boss, and he's certainly done that here. Very impressive. Next up, we've got a Snickrot by David Farrell using a Savage Uruk. So yeah, very, very cool. He says Snickrot, but to me screams more Weirdboy. And that's what I use the Savage Oryx for. I think they make really good Weirdboys. And they come with loads of parts for converting and adding to your other miniatures as well. So yeah, if you're looking to create Weirdboys, guys, take a look at the Savage Oryx, because that's a really good place to get some parts. Next up, we've got one here from Rory Jameson. Warboss Death-Tooth with his dead shiny shooter, currently leading the boys until the arch arsonist shows up. Really cool. I love it. I love the use of some classic parts in here, some old school parts. They're flashing the Bad Moon banners out, which I absolutely approve of. And yeah, that dead shiny shooter looks really cool. A nice Gatling gun weapon there. And yeah, very, very cool sort of HQ mob he's got going on there. Next up here from Amos Dorr is his Goth War Boss, who is very, very cool. And I recognise some parts here. We've got some parts from the classic metal War Boss kit. But he's changed it. He's got a power claw in there, and he's using the attack squig. That is usually the one that's in the hand of that War Boss, actually, isn't it? But he's changed it. He's swapped it out for the power claw and then put the... So again, quite a simple conversion, although I expect that was a little bit of work getting that claw fitted nicely like that with all the cabling and stuff. It's simple but very effective, and yeah, really nice. Next up we have here, this is I wanted to save this one for near the end. This is from Autumn Roxanne, and I don't even know what this is. It's really, really cool though. Is it a big mech on bike? Is it a war boss on bike? Is it a def? I don't know. I don't care. All I can tell you is that I absolutely love it. I love the sort of Star Wars inspired pod racer look that looks like it's being very poorly controlled, and the orc inside knows it's being poorly controlled and knows he's about to meet his end, but I'm sure he's had a lot of fun in the meantime. Autumn, that is very original, very cool, and absolutely hilarious. I love it. Next up here, we've got one from Donald Heflin, who says, Little Mech Knee Smasher. So we've got a little Grot big mech here. Again, another sneaky way to get a Grot HQ in your army. Just use the rules for a big mech with KFF, but have your Grot in there packed up with all the armour and probably pumped up on some steroids. He's got his toolbox open there with all his gubbins and stuff. And yeah, although he's a Grot, I can see a lot of height has been added with the custom force field and stuff. So he's going to stand out on the battlefield and not confuse the opponent, which is really cool. And yeah, I like that a lot. Cool way to get a Grot boss in your army. We've got one here from Eric Brown. I say one, we've got a few. We've got a collection of war bosses. This is like a mob of Gazzy's bully boys by the look of it. Eric says, excuse the photo, but my HQ still need to paint prime Ork. Get it? Ha. So yes, he has got a selection of them here. Some of them partially painted, some of them fully painted. The photo's not ultra clear, but we can make out what's going on here. They look very blood axey indeed. I'm seeing a lot of camouflage there. And I can see that some of them have been made using the Black Reach War Boss, some using probably the old school War Bosses, some knob bodies maybe. But yeah, there's a nice selection of bosses going there. Looks like they've got all the different weapon combinations going, so very nice. Gives him some choice. Next up here from Jave Nebula is his big mech with shock attack gun. And he says he saved himself a lot of money here. In any case, too much teeth for just one model. Sorry about the bad paint job. Not so great at that part of this great hobby. Feel free to take a guess what bits I used for this. Well, I'm seeing there the Grotzuka from the Killer Can set. And I can see apart from the Bubble Chucker. So there's some parts from the mech gun, parts from the big mech kit. And yeah, what really cool use of them. Again, a great way to create a shock attack gun with bits that you've got in your bits box. And I know that kits like the Killer Can kit and the Mech Gun kit are amazing for bits. And especially for bits for making mad, zany, crazy weapons like this. And that looks really cool. And yeah, don't worry about the paint job, buddy, because the conversion work is awesome. And some of us are better at some aspects of this. Some people are really good at painting. Some people are really good at converting. Some people are great at all of it. But it's great that you're giving it a go. And I'm much like yourself, buddy. I'm far more into the converting aspect than the painting. I consider myself a moderately good painter, but incredibly slow. And I tend to enjoy the conversion process more than the painting process. And here we are, guys. We have come to the final one. Whew. This is from Arvid Redstrom, who says he is not finished yet, but I thought I might as well share it. Absolutely, buddy. And it's his Flash-inspired Weirdboy, who is being made using, I think, the Age of Sigmar Orc Shaman, I think he's called. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not very clued up with Age of Sigmar and fantasy so much, but I'm aware of this miniature. He looks really cool. I love the little Flash logo on there. I'm guessing you are a fan of the TV show or the comics, buddy, as am I. Awesome show. But yeah, it looks really, really cool. And I'm also guessing he's probably in an Evil Sun's army with that red. But yeah, really, really nice. And wow, there you go, guys. There is hopefully a lot of conversions and projects there that will hopefully inspire you guys to get creating and get converting. And I think what's been seen from a lot of these is that you don't have to spend a lot of money, and you don't have to be insanely skilled with like green stuff or milliput or plasticard. You just need some clippers and a file and your bits box, and just have a go, have at it, and create something personal and wacky and zany and just ludicrous, and something that is very you. And that is one of the most fun things about this hobby, and particularly this faction that we play, the Orcs, because they just keep on giving in terms of conversion and kit bashing. And this is just a tiny selection. This wasn't even all the pictures that were shared in the group for me to share on this video, but I had to draw the line somewhere. I couldn't share everything that was sent to me. If you do want to see more of these pictures, guys, then you can join the 40k Ork community and share these awesome gits and share your stuff on there, because we'd love to see it. Every single day I look at what's going on in this group. It is such a great source of inspiration for myself. I'm constantly stealing ideas that other people are sharing on there. They get all sorts of conversions, painting advice, converting advice, and it's just an awesome place to be and hang out with other like-minded people who want to chat about orcs. So yeah, there's my little plug for the 40k Ork community on Facebook. If you haven't already, guys, please make sure you head over and join and share all your Orky creations, because we would love to see them. And if this is your first time on the channel, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for many more. And I shall see you in the future on another video. I'm rambling on now, like I always do. I may have to edit this bit out. Oh well, I probably won't. Guys, this is 6 Stevo signing out.